Hey guys, I'm Trigger Happy John. Welcome to my channel, and this is actually going to be a review of Torchlight Infinite. So I've actually started playing the game a little bit here. It is in beta. I do want to point that out. So it's currently in beta right now. So if you are someone who wants to go play it or enjoy it, you need to go over to Steam. You need to go download it on the Play Store right now to go ahead and get in on it and check it out. I want to go ahead and I just want to talk to you about like my first initial thoughts, reactions of the game, what I'm seeing, what I'm not seeing, how I interpret it and how I feel about the game so far. And I just want to let you guys know what is an honest review of the game. And at the time of recording this, I am approximately, what am I, level 19, I believe. Yeah, level 19. See it down here in the left-hand side right next to my shoulder. So that way you can tell exactly where I'm at. And also to get to this point, it took me about 2.5, almost 3 hours to get to this point. And that's also while stopping a lot to kind of read and kind of understand a little bit what's going on, because I wanted to go into this completely blind without doing a whole lot of research on it. So that way I could see from a beginning level, what is it really like? Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna keep this video kind of short because honestly, who likes to see a whole lot of really long-winded first reaction slash introductional game videos? First things first, some of the first things I'm noticing about this game that are kind of catching my eye, honestly, is the fact that this is set up fairly decently. It's smooth. The graphics are not bad at all. The animations are fairly solid as far as what you can actually do and what you can't do. Each action is giving a different graphical response, and they're not all the exact same. Overall, so far, it seems to play pretty decent compared to a lot of other games out there that are coming out on a first release. And the fact that this is on mobile and PC client and can do crossplay is a pretty big win in my personal opinion. Obviously, those of you who are watching this know me from the Diablo Immortal scene, which is also PC mobile based, and I'm no stranger to it. So what I'm also no stranger to is the fact that I'm used to spending a lot of money in these games. I'm not used to free-to-play games other than, say, Path of Exile. That's one of my most favorite ARPGs out there. And it's literally Path of Exile and then maybe D2. I don't know. It's kind of hard. That's always been one of my first loves, but I'm big into Diablo Immortal as well. And this one is very interesting because it has the graphicals that are great. It's got obviously a different cinematology here because of just the style of it, right? It's not your normal dark and gory like you would see in like a Path or in a Diablo. It's a little bit more uplifting or bright, colorful, we'll call it. Slightly cartoonish-like graphics, but not exactly. There is some pretty decent detail here, especially if we go into it and we say, like, we go to the bag or whatever and we want to see the character here. You can see a fairly decent amount of actual detail, which is great, especially for a mobile type game. When we're talking about mobile games and being great graphical games, usually like games like Raid Shadow Legends come to mind, which is a very pay-to-win type game. And actually, one thing I noticed when vetting out what can I spend money on in this game, there's not a whole lot of anything. Like you can buy stuff, right? I can buy these diamonds, I can buy everything out here, but it doesn't seem to necessarily give me a pay to win aspect. It looks like a lot of this is graphical. Like for example, like pack spirits, you can get upgrades for, you can get cosmetics and skill effect MTXs, right? Like it seems like they are going, if not 100% free to play eligible, darn near close, which is kind of refreshing in today's day and age. The other part about this that's kind of fun and exciting, because like I said, I'm going to give this game probably a good solid 40-50 hours of gameplay just to see how it is. I need to figure out what the end game looks like, how it shakes out. Is also the fact that the skills are awesome. So obviously you can see here I have a main primary skill. I have 3 modifiers to go with that skill, which is kind of cool because it removes like a skill tree, so to speak. But I can also have I can change this at any time. I can hit change here, and I can change them to something else that I already have unlocked, which is awesome. Obviously you have over here, you can see where it has attack, physical, cold, fire, lightning, erosion, so on and so forth. There's a lot of categories here as well. So that means there's going to be a lot of unique builds per character, per playstyle, per game type. That to me is one of the most exciting things in any type of ARPG game, because nobody likes to get pigeonholed onto like, oh, you have one, maybe two, three builds top that are viable. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everyone wants to be able to play at their own pace and with a playstyle that they're comfortable with. The fact that we have this amount of skills here, and this is just a modifier skill, mind you, is kind of insane, especially when looking at, okay, even if I want to say change my main skill here, notice that once again I have a boatload of abilities here, and all these once again can be equipped and then modified even more. So there's quite a bit of options here, especially when you take the time and you break them all down. I have been slowly filling this out, which is why I'm probably more behind than other people, honestly, who've been playing the beta. I know people who are like 70, 80 already. There's also passives, which looks like you can get up to 3 of these. My big head is in the way a little bit here, but there's 3 of these guys, which is nice. Like, who doesn't like a good swiftness bonus that gets activated in constant passive and ability for my character? Like, yeah, of course you want that. But then even then diving into it, I can't wait. I'm excited. There is a market in this game. Unfortunately, I can't get into the market until I'm ranked or level 40, I believe. So once I do get into level 40, I will definitely be checking that out and letting you know how it is. If this has a good currency market, that could be game changing. That could be a lot of fun. Games like these, obviously, they have to have something that keeps you engaged, that appeals not only to the typical ARPG person, but they also need to appeal to your just general, I don't know, connoisseur of games, so to speak, right? Like, who doesn't enjoy a good market system if it means you can kind of monopolize and get what you're looking for or get what you need? So that I'm kind of excited to see what I get and what happens once we get to that point. All right, I do want to go ahead and just show you guys a little bit more bits about this game here in itself, just kind of get you guys intrigued as far as what it's got to offer. So as you can see here on the right-hand side, we have our hero traits. These are going to be your standard traits you can kind of pick and choose as far as what level that or what bonus you're going to get, it looks like. Once again, I don't know the total ins and outs of this. I did not read a disclosure or a packet that says, hey, this is how you play this game. I didn't want to. I wanted to be like straight up and honest with you guys about it, tell you what I've been able to learn. And a lot of what I've been able to learn is from what they actually show you in the game, right? And teach you as you play the game for tutorials. And I feel like that's really good and impressive, because it's nice that we make content for you guys, but you guys should also be able to be fully aware of, okay, what is it really like to go into this fully blind and not have to rely on a content creator to tell you how to do everything in the game, right? But one other thing I want to show you is, so skills, obviously we touched on these. There's a ton of skills here. So a lot of customization, which is great. There's a talent tree. Now this also seems to play into the fact that obviously you have other talent trees over here on the left-hand side that are going to unlock at level 20. I'm 19, so I'm almost to get to this point. But notice that I still have all these bonus points over here. So like, for example, I'm right here on the micro talent. I'm gonna get 2 more points here, and then I'll have a third into this one, and then I can go select another location. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work out, but it does look like you are picking and choosing which route down the line that you really want to go. And it looks like elemental damage is down here, is because elemental damage is huge as well. I do like to see that in a game right off the right off the rip, that hey, there is some elemental stuff going on, which then brings me to this point here and there. I can kind of show you a little bit as far as like on your skills here. Obviously you have skills that are going to be doing elemental type damage, right? That are going to be telling you, okay, like, sorry, poor examples that are showing here. There we go. This one shows that like this is going to be a thunder light field, right? But you can also see in your info tab, you can see exactly what is your resistance per each element, which is awesome. So this means you're going to have to be able to balance that on your gear pieces. It does look like even on your gear, you are getting lightning resistance, erosion resistance, cold. On your rings, on your boots, you're getting some physical damage, some cold damage, or cold resistance, sorry. There's ways to get it and approach the system to get the best possible result for you. I do like the complexity that they're already showing on the start of the game here. So I feel like this could have a really strong foothold, given that some other things are also taken care of. I do also want to point out the fact that this is beta, so don't get too upset if this isn't necessarily as polished as you think it should be. I definitely would jump into this game with an open mind when starting to play it, because one, these graphics are not for everybody. 2, it is locked into currently only the QWERTY system. but I do know that it's been suggested to get that to where you can rebind and keybind all out there, especially for a lot of people who are left-handed. They don't like the QWERTY system, and that's totally fine. It has been suggested. It sounds like they're going to take that input as well. But yeah, overall, I'm enjoying the game. It's been kind of fun. It's a little side project here and there. Like I said, I'm going to give it about 40 hours. I'm going to check it out, see what I feel about it, see what I like, and we'll kind of go from there. You'll probably see a few different videos on my channel pop up about this, and honestly, if it turns into something I love, then we're gonna go hard on it. So stay tuned. Make sure to download it if you enjoy it. Let me know what you think about it, if it's something that you're gonna play and you're gonna enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.